Hey music fans, as a roadie I had this great opportunity to tour with all these bands. I wrote a book about my experiences on the road and it was the #1 new release on Amazon and Bios and it's now sold millions of copies on Kindle. I'm Joel Roadie and this is my podcast, Party Like a Rock Star. Hey guys, so I really enjoyed the last SABATON video I reacted to. It's called Night Witches, and you guys can check it out here. I put the link to the full version. Sorry, I didn't realize there was a shorter animated version and then a full-length good one, to be honest. So, because I liked it a lot, I kind of looked it up to see if there was any other ones, and I found this one. It's on the Red Baron. I am familiar with the Red Baron, and so, I don't know. I expect to like this. I think it will be cool. Anyway, we're going to do it together and we'll see what we think. So, without further delay, let's jump into it.
It's January 1917, and in an airfield, a young pilot is directing men to paint his albatross fighter. Other pilots look on in awe. This young pilot with 16 victories to his name is the new commander of Yasta 11. It contains many elite and legendary pilots, but none can compare to this young man stood bolt upright. He knows he is better than anyone else out there. The work is done. The plane stands in all its scarlet Teutonic glory. The pilot is Manfred von Richthofen, and on this day, the day he chose to paint his plane bright red, it is the birth of a new name, a legendary name that will never die, the Red Baron. Success after success came to Yasta 11 under the Red Baron's tutelage. Richthofen had been a student of a genius aviation tactician named Oswald Bohlke. Bohlke's dictates were the essential rules for successful air combat. Richthofen embraced them, taught them, and enhanced them.
How can I be like you?
Aim for the man, and don't miss him. He urged his men to fight on and fly on, to the last drop of blood and the last drop of fuel, to the last beat of the heart. Richthofen and his Yasta 11 would become the nemesis of the Royal Flying Corps. The Yasta 11 in the heavens would seem like gods or demons to those on the ground. Stuck in the mud and the trenches, seeing the red whirling beast spitting fire overhead, the Germans whispered his name in awe, Der Rote Kampfflieger. The Allies whispered it in equal fear and awe, the Red Baron. But there was one thing that all sides agreed upon. He was the king of the sky.
Interesting intro. These are neat. I enjoy these because I'm not just listening to a song, which I assume I'm gonna like. I think SABATON's really cool. I'm getting a little bit of an in-depth historical lesson as well. It's one thing to be familiar with certain people, and it's other things to really understand what was going on. So it was very interesting.
Nothing there in between. The flying circus on the map of Russia. The giant of flames, my command is domain. The western frontier all the way to Russia. Just from above, you're under fire. Sailor in his blood is roaming higher. Golden soldier from the horseback to the skies. That's where the legend will arise. And he's flying higher, the king of the sky, flying to pass and he's flying to high, higher, an eye for an eye. he's flying, and he's flying higher. King of the sky, flying too fast and he's flying too high. Higher, an eye for an eye, that you will never die. Higher, king of the sky, flying too fast and he's flying too high. Higher, an eye for an eye, that you will never die.
His injuries caused him repeated issues, with headaches and nausea. He also suffered a change in mood and temperament, which became darker. The thrill of combat lessened. He wrote, "I am in wretched spirits after every aerial combat. I believe that the war is not as the people at home might imagine it, with a hurrah and a roar. It's very serious, very grim." On April the 21st, 1918, the Red Baron got into his famous Fokker triplane and took off into the morning sky. It was the flight that would bring his life to an end. He spotted a Sopwith camel and gave chase. This time, it seems, he may not have realized he was behind enemy lines while chasing the Sopwith at a very low altitude. At the time, due to wind conditions and the moving of the front lines, he uncharacteristically continued the chase too far. In the last moments of his life, he managed to make a rough landing in a field north of the village of Vaux-sur-Somme. Several Australian servicemen rushed up to the downed triplane to hear the Red Baron's last words. Kaput. The King of the Sky was dead, but his legend would never die. The Red Baron was treated with great respect and was interred with full military honours by the personnel of No. 3 Squadron, Australian Flying Corps. Allied squadrons stationed nearby came to pay their respects. Memorial wreaths were laid, one of which was inscribed with the words, "To our gallant and worthy foe."
Really interesting and really great. I really enjoy how they're incorporating a little bit of history in with the actual tracks, and so I like this. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Australian troops tore the plane apart to keep as souvenirs. I know a piece of the plane came up at auction a few years ago. I'm a memorabilia dealer. I haven't been doing a lot of it lately, but I was working as a memorabilia dealer and an art dealer for about a decade, so I think I'm accurate. Nonetheless, I don't know how important that is to the overall story, but I did like that track. I look forward to listening to more SABATON. I think they're brilliant, and I look forward to seeing all you on the next one. Thank you. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. I now have a Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Discord, and even a Patreon. The Patreon you can join for as little as $1. The handle on all of them, it's of course, Joel Roadie. I'll see you guys on the next one.